Hello. This is your Gemini child, 2022 year ahead. I'm not going to call it a review because it hasn't happened yet. Um, this could be for any area of your child's natal chart where they have Gemini present, and it could also refer to the collective third house. One thing that I want to point out as I was preparing for this reading, I felt like a gut feeling of some internal knowing of like uneasiness. So it's like a gut reaction of something that was going to happen that may not have felt comfortable. It was an intuitive like discerning, like a gut reaction, like that something's going to happen that I just need to mentally prepare myself for, or just something like that, like you have to encounter somebody that you really don't want to deal with, or something like that. But it was just almost like a gut like reaction, like um I need to pay attention to something, or something I'm going to come in contact with something that I'm not really looking forward to, but I know that I have to and that it will be good for me, or something that I can't avoid. It was also the feeling of pregnancy. So if you are a pregnant, maybe you are pregnant already and you are the parent of a Gemini child, or you are wanting to get pregnant, it is possible that you will find yourself pregnant sometime this year. Um, because of it. This it's like it's just something that I felt, like the feeling of like, oh, you know how your body starts to feel when you're in those initial stages of pregnancy. It's like I just felt a body change. So just be mindful of that. Again, it's I'm not saying like, anyway, it's just it is an energy that's present. It may not apply for everybody, however, but it is something that came up that I felt, and I just wanted to share that for whoever it may resonate. Or if you are a Gemini adult, or if you have a teenager who is of age, pregnancy could be something that is encountered in 2022 and 2023, honestly. So, with that, in January, this listen card came up. This is, oh my goodness, whatever the second card. Is this the, yes, this, I believe that this is a high priestess, which is number 2. So it speaks to, like I just said, intuition. Like I had the feeling, and then this card came out for January. So it's just something about the Gemini child listening to their intuition, just tuning out the noise of what appears to be around them in reality or simulation, and really going deep. You see these waves, paying attention to the metaphysics, going deep, going beyond what you can see. Um, but it's something about following your intuition, following your gut instincts, going beyond what you see and think in the month of January for the Gemini experience. In February, the Gemini child is experiencing the 8 of, is this the 8 of, yes, this is the 8 of Swords in reverse. I'm holding it in the upright so you can see what it is. But it's almost as if there's some clarity. There's some clarity. If there's something that they need, if it was something like even now in December, like even earlier in December or earlier, this fall, that it was a problem that it appeared that your Gemini child could not work out. They have realized that they have the solution within themselves to undo that hopelessness and helplessness in the month of February. And I feel like there's an emotional situation. There's somebody that they're tied to that they just got tired of listening to. And they said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done listening to this person. I'm done entertaining this person. I'm going to listen to myself and start to unravel myself from this attachment. And you will find them doing that in the months of January and February. And again, like I said, this could apply to the collective third house, where in our third house, whatever sign you have in your third house, you might find yourself going inward, being more intuitive with your communication, and excuse me, in the month of February, releasing a sense of victimhood, a victim mentality as it pertains to, well, I can't change my life and I'm a product of my experience. And you will come out of that and say, no, I create my own reality. And in the month of March, the Gemini energy, whether it's a Gemini child or wherever they have Gemini placements in their chart, they will begin to speak up and be vocalized and vigilant and remember their sovereignty and just say, no, this is my truth. I'm speaking it. Regardless of what the consequences are, you can't stop me. In the month of April, they are coming out of this fantasy. This is the Seven of Cups, coming out of confusion. Thank God. Because that is a tough place to be. And that reminds me of Virgo, because Virgo and Gemini are both ruled by Mercury. So being able to be decisive and clear-headed is going to help them and serve them in April. That will be the theme: decisiveness and clear-headedness. It could be decisiveness and clear-headed in the area of communication in your third house. In May, it will be a level of intuition. We are accessing our higher self. Call it fifth dimension reality, fifth dimension perception, whatever the case may be, but we are accessing our sovereignty, our higher self. Somehow in the month of May, your child may have visions, daydreams. They may tell you things, new ideas. They may share new ideas with you in the month of May. So just be mindful of that, because it's something that may happen. And I feel in the month of June, there will be some kind of ancestral ties that are healed and broken. It could be cords. And I feel someone burst into tears. So I don't know who this is for, but generational curses or something that you have been working on. If you are a Gemini adult, and I feel this really strongly, somebody has been working on undoing generational curses or doing shadow work, something about their lineage. And it either could be health related, it could be womb like related. Because it's like I am feeling this like up here, where it has to do with like pregnancy or something like that, but it feels very maternal. If this is an adult, but I feel like there's some generational curse that's being healed specifically for some in the month of June. But your child will have the ability to psychically, I say on purpose, in their dreams, go through and find solutions to chains that need to be broken and give you verbatim, word for word insight, the words that need to be said to set them free, to set yourself free, to set your family lineage free, whatever the case may be. There is some like generational healing. Like this card is too heavy for it to be just one person. I mean, for it to like have chains, to me that feels like bondage. It's not a light yoke. It's something that has been heavy. And for me, that just speaks like generational, like something that like it's just beyond them. it's them, it's healing of themselves, but it's deeper. It precedes them. It's like they're healing your lineage through some dream or something that they get in the month of June. In the month of July, there's action. So it's possible that yes, they will be getting a recipe, and I use that term specifically, but it is not necessarily a true recipe. All that, like, it could be it could be a true recipe, a concoction that somebody is mixing together, or it just could be a recipe or a pattern or a system, something that somebody is writing down, and they're coming out of this like stagnation, um, and having the clarity that they need to take action and move forward. They're not, now is the time to act. They're not just sitting, and what this card says, they're not just observing and in wonder. They are now moving forward. This is a place of action, and I believe that's in the month of July. Yes, so in the 7th month of July, there's action. In the 8th month of August, there is a mild change in focus. This is the 5 of Cups, something having to, it's a pivot, it's a redirection. It's not anything, because they're already on the right path. So it's not something like that it's not like drastic, like, oh, I gotta start from scratch. No, it's a mild hiccup is the word that I'm getting. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're going this way. And you may be able to hear people with fireworks because it is almost 7 o'clock here, and people cannot wait till midnight. That's just how people get down. But yes, there's support here. They're not alone. You see the birds, they're angels, their spirit guides, their ancestors. There is support, but it's just they like they know how, like, now that they've been pivoted into action in the previous month, it's like some little adjustment happens where it actually helps to sharpen where they need to go. And that's why I said it's like, oh, okay. And then they just pivot, only to make what they're doing more precise and accurate. Now, this is why I'm saying, like, there's a whole bunch of movement going on, but not even without them having to physically move their body. So a lot of this is internal, a lot of this is mental. It's not work, but mental processes that are happening within the Gemini child. This, I believe, give me 1 minute. I'm almost done. Okay. Thank you. I believe, yes. So this is the sun. So the sun is in reverse, and this makes sense to me. This is not, it was the same thing, same message that I wanted to say, but this is not their time to shine. It's like withholding on. So they're getting a message, they're working on it, but it's not quite time for them in September, I believe, to release this thing and let it go forth. So in the 9th month, it's not hibernation, but it's just sitting with it. It is kind of like the hangman, but it's just sitting with it. It's not go time yet. It's not time to move forward. Thanks for joining us. So in the 10th month of October, they're being asked to trust, because I feel like there's this desire and this anxiousness to leap and move forward. But what they are being instructed to do is, it's not time yet. So whatever project it is, and I do feel that it's a project, they're wanting to just like vomit of the mouth and release it. And what they're being told to do is just trust the process. That's what I'm hearing. Hold on to it just a little bit longer. Don't release it yet because it's not time. So there's some element of trust in the month of October for whoever this applies to. I am getting like this sense of wanting to leap, wanting to move forward with something. Um, but just being told, wait. Most of the time the full card just goes, but for whatever reason, especially with this the energy in September, I feel like it's like, just wait, don't release it yet, it's not time. Like if you didn't have this card for your child in September, it would have felt like, we just go for it. But for some reason I am feeling like, don't leap just yet, just hold on to this a little bit longer for it to like become more potent. The energy needs to be more potent, and you just the Gemini child, the Gemini placement needs to just wait on it. So, and then this is another thing. So in the month of October, when it comes to communication, you may find in that third house of communication that there may be whistleblowers. And I've heard this, but and not trying to coincide it, but I almost feel like this is confirmation that there may be whistleblowers in the month of October, where it's like this stuff has been bubbling at the surface. Or beneath the surface. And it's like, oh, I just want to expose these people. But what they are being told by the universe is, just trust the process, just wait, do not release that information yet. And it's funny because I really just feel like this could coincide with just the collective energies overall in the third house. So as we move into the month of November, this is the Nine of Swords. The dark night of the soul almost. And I feel like we are coming out of that. So our deepest, darkest fears, it's almost like whatever we were like anticipating happening in the month of November, it either doesn't happen at all, or it doesn't happen the way that we thought it would, or it happens differently, or it dissolves. But there's some kind of, for some, a sigh of relief. And then it's possibly conquering, for some, your darkest fears. But for many, I don't feel like this is even encountering your darkest fears. I think this is all a lot of stuff that's in their head. And then it's just being shown for the shadow that it is, or certain things are being illuminated as they need to be. But I really feel that in the month of November, things that people thought like were sinister, it's almost like the wizard behind the curtain. Certain things are going to be like, oh, that wasn't that bad at all. Or, for your Gemini child, if it was something unrelated to this thing that they need to hold on to, and in some case I do feel that it's related, but it could be a separate thing, or it could be linked to the events in October, where they thought that they could not hold on to that information much longer, only to find out that they could do it. Or, wow, it really did work out better that I listened and didn't share that prematurely, or whatever the case may be. So now, as we move into December 2022 and into January of 2023, there is still this energy of not releasing something. So I feel like there's still, and this is third house, so there's communication that will not be shared with us. It's like a to be continued into 2023. But especially with your Gemini child, or wherever they have Gemini in their placements, there could be a rejected offer. And it's like, usually this is like, hey, I'm sharing the love with 3 cups, or I'm gathering with people. So there could be some isolation or desire to withhold, or if friendship or something is being offered or extended to them, they may respectfully decline because they are protecting their energy, or something tells them that this is not my season to be very social right now. I need to hold on to this information that I have and not share it with others, or not be as social or gregarious with others. And the success and growth, I feel like this could be a project that they are working on, or something that will give them success and growth as they move forward into 2023, but it's not ready yet. It's not time yet. So they're really going to be incubating this thing for the majority of 2022, especially the latter half of 2022. They get this, big idea, and things are broken, and they just move with it and hold on to it and harness it. So I wouldn't, for if this is speaking in terms of the collective, there, I wouldn't say that there's so much an outright recession, as much as it is maybe things just being on hold. So stuff not growing fast, or stuff just being at a, I don't want to say a stalemate or a stagnation, but it's just limited as far as how fast something can grow. So that is the energies that I have for the Gemini child for 2022. Again, very general. It may apply to your whole month, your child's whole month, wherever your child has Gemini in their chart, or where you have Gemini in your chart. And it really could just apply to one specific scenario, if at all. Um, so that's what I got. And again, I thank you for watching. And I know that for whoever this is for, this will resonate with you. Have a happy 2022.